Hey everyone, welcome back to Dink and Dissect. On this channel, we do a full match analysis where we focus specifically on shot selection, court positioning, and the decisions that actually win or lose pickleball games. So let's go ahead and look at the stats real quick. So the story has been basically the same the whole tournament. We only got into the kitchen at a 33% clip, and the returns really hurt us. And those two things, again, I can't stress it enough, are the difference between winning and losing, especially in a tight game like this. So let's see how that actually played out in the match. So let's go ahead and get right into this game. And it's short return, and rightfully so, follows it up with a big drive. That's what you have to do at this level. If your opponent creates a mistake, in this case I created a mistake, you have to be able to punish them for it. Good job going ahead and attacking off of that. It seems like he called in the kitchen, that his foot was in the kitchen, but after further review, playing this back a couple times, it was clearly a clean shot, so I'm not sure what he was doing there. So here we go on to the next point, and you can see right there another short return, which allows them to have an aggressive drop, and with that, a small error, they're already so close to the kitchen line that they're able to be aggressive on that next one. And just fortunate there that that shot goes out of bounds. But again, the short returns rear its ugly head, and you can see kind of what happens there. That's really nice. Again, a big drive or a big serve from my side ends up giving us a weak return, and in that case we were able to punish off that. We were dropping, getting established in the kitchen and attacking. This player is doing really good of being all over the court, especially from the right side, being very aggressive from the right side. Again, another short return, and that was the right choice. With it being a short return like that, you want to drive those balls and punish your opponent. Oh, and a great drive down the line. Let's look at that again. So it all starts with that third shot. It is able to bounce, but this is what you want to do. If you can recognize that the ball is going to bounce kind of high, you want to go ahead and be able to take that out of the air. He does a good job of taking a small step back and loading up for that. So great shot right there from our opponent. And just put it down at his feet. Nothing too fancy there. When you make your opponent reach, good things can happen there. So you can see it was a small roll, nothing too crazy, just right at his feet because it was not able to get that back. Not sure exactly what happened there. I think we had called for the switch and maybe my opponent forgot, just a small mental lapse. Things like that can really separate winning and losing at this level. It's just really little errors that may happen, and we're all guilty of it. Something like that too. He does a good job of being quick on his feet and moving forward through that shot, but just not able to get fully into it. Great shot right there, and even better response. Let's play that again. So again, it all starts with that third shot. You can see that we move heavily over because it is a good third shot. It's rolling, and you can see that my partner is trying to go for that Ernie. With that, the opening spot is over on the other corner, and I have noticed a couple times at this level, players are really good of recognizing that and knowing that it's wide open. So next time we won't be as aggressive going in, at least when we play another tournament like this. So on to this next point, and I want you to really pay attention to this. That third shot isn't great, but we both move up anyway because we practice resets enough. We know that if our opponent decides to be aggressive with that, which he did there, we can go ahead and counter that, and we move up as a team. That was almost picture perfect. That's a fun point to watch because it all starts with the serve. So because he decided to go ahead and take that forehand, he leaves his whole right side of his box wide open, and my partner goes ahead and takes that as it's rising. Again, another important reason why you need a big serve is because you can get 1 to 2 free points per game with a big serve like that. And we go ahead and switch side out real quick. So on to the next point, another big serve. He's not getting into the middle too much anymore. That's fun to watch because you can tell off the drop we are moving forward off of it. Even though it's a little bit high, he does still have to take this out of the air at an awkward angle, and it creates a pop-up. With that, most of the time we can be aggressive on that. I just went ahead and missed it. Good job. I mean, that was a low percentage shot, but he was able to hit it and get a free point, so good for them. A good deep return. Does create a pop-up anyway, and he is able to be aggressive on that. So you can see that our opponents are doing it as well. When they have a third shot drop, they're moving up aggressively anyway. That is just indicative of how much they trust their hands and their counters. A short return, yep, that's what you want to do is drive. And good job by my opponent. Let's watch that again, that quick little hands battle. Okay, so the big takeaway here is that the first person to get the ball down wins in hands battles. You see right here, he's pushing up on it. I am trying to push down on that. He is able to get his paddle on it. Look what he does on this next shot and how he loads up. We're just going back and forth right now. We could do this all day. He goes forehand, almost kind of scorpions it, and pushes it down. That slows the ball down quite a bit, but I'm not able to get it back because the trajectory is on its way down. If I were to get it back, it would have to be a reset, or it'd have to be just, I mean, it'd be a huge pop-up that goes back into his forehand. So beautiful stuff right there. That is how you win hands battles. Try and think about that next time you're playing. On to the next point. That is a good return, fast. I just need to do something with that. And great low drop right there by him. Had a lot of pace on it. Not much I could do. You could see that I was trying to cede control of the kitchen. I was just going to go ahead and let them in, but because it had so much spin and pace, we just ended up getting a clean winner right there. Again, that's one of those, goes out of bounds, but the short returns continue rearing their heads. I'm putting us in a bad spot by having those short returns, and again, it becomes crystal clear that that's what I need to work on. Not to say that they would beat us, or they would still, or we would beat them, but we could at least make it harder for them. And you can see my opponent there saying 6-7. Don't go ahead and do that. That is an outdated trend nowadays. A good drop right there. Again, makes him hit up on the ball. And we are established at the kitchen. We just aren't able to put that away. On to the next point, you can see my opponent still doing 6-7. Good returns right there. Oh, and he just misses a high one, a sitter right there. Again, that happens a lot at this amateur level, but right idea, still trying to be aggressive with it. And you can see that because it was short, I had so much time to set my feet. I try to be really aggressive with that drop right there, the net kind of gets in the way. And it happens sometimes. That's the trade-off you're doing with very aggressive dipping drops like that. Again, if it gets there, it really puts us in a good position. At this point, the game is pretty tight. So maybe the better option is easier said in hindsight. Kind of like there, you know, in hindsight, you can say, oh, I should not have lobbed that. It was just a poor lob. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So again, if I give them a short return right here, my opponents should go ahead and drive down my line. In this case, it just goes out of bounds, so we don't have to worry about it. And a good short return that makes it really easy to go ahead and drop it. With that, my opponent again does a good job of recognizing it's probably going to bounce a little bit high, steps back, and is very aggressive with that two-handed backhand. And I'm able to return the favor and go ahead and get a freebie right here. Again, in this game, I believe it is about 2 free points that we've gotten now. Again, another short return. And that's another case where he doesn't push it out wide. Oh, I just need to go ahead and finish that. Came right at the body. I am working on getting the two-handed backhand, and so I'm really favoring that. That was just a one-handed punch that I needed to do. And on to the next point. And again, in tight games, this is not what you want to be doing, is putting it into the net. Again, that could have been the catalyst to get us going over the edge. We did end up losing this game, I think, 7-11, but you never want to give your opponent a chance, especially like that. You want to make them hit some extra balls. And good job just being aggressive right there. We were in control of the kitchen that whole time. Pretty routine point. Again, so you can see that this player continues really moving over to his forehand. That should give us the green light to go ahead and continue targeting his backhand. Something that's hard to target in the moment, but something that could yield a lot of results going forward. Good job by this player going ahead and using almost a scorpion shot and pushing that downwards. That's one where I think your paddle positioning needs to be down low, and I think mine was about mid-waist. It just needs to go ahead and be low. Good job being aggressive. Sometimes aggression costs you. If you're that far back, if you're in the transition zone, being aggressive, it gives us at the kitchen a lot of time. And that backhanded, that two-handed backhand is not yielding very great results. There's been quite a few now that have gone into the net. And this is where we should have gone ahead and taken advantage of this. Let's see how this ends. And so this time we push him way out wide. Just one of those third shot drops where, again, we give it right in his put-away zone. I need to keep it a little bit lower. Something you just got to drill more and more often. Not too upset with that one. That just happens sometimes. Another third shot drop. Again, they are, good job, into that pancake hand. So I wonder how he's holding his paddle. I wonder if he's holding that almost Western style, because he really goes towards that scorpion-like grip. Just a small error. That was one where it looked like he was sliding over. I got confused, and then he stopped midway. You hate to see points being given up like that, especially in a tight game. I get it. As a left side player, though, you want to reach over and grab everything you can take. Oh, and it just goes a little bit wide. So at this point, trying to put it away, didn't work out. On to the next point. Good shot. So it looks like they called it out a little bit after. I'm not going to go and review that. It's been a couple weeks now. The game's already over. But it was close. Usually when you don't know, the point goes to the other team, nice and deep. We're doing a good job so far keeping them back there. Oh, and that just goes into the net, and that's the game. Just a few errors right there, things that really could have gotten us back in the game, but that's how it goes sometimes. So there you have it. We did end up losing this game 8-11, and the big difference, again, was that kitchen arrival. If we would have gotten there 2-3 more times, who knows what could have happened. And that is a small improvement that we can make. Also, the returns. I'm not saying that we would have won, but if we would have made it a little bit harder on our opponents to not give us such an easy entrance into the kitchen and make their shots harder, that could have also been the difference. So again, I highly encourage you guys to film your videos and see track what you're focusing on. Like the saying goes, what gets tracked gets managed. Let me know if you like this video, if you learned anything from it. Go ahead and like and subscribe, because we will be doing Game 6 here shortly, and then we will be moving over to my mixed doubles tournament. And then after that, I will be going back and getting into viewer games. So please like and subscribe, because we will be doing all of that here within the next week.